Today, as I was thinking of how I'm going to approach this, one of the thoughts is the true cost of healthcare, which is substantial. No one's going to say it's not substantial. It is substantial. However, I said I've been through the corporate environment. The last time I was there, or second to last, I was offered basic healthcare insurance, which I think was like $73 a month for a single individual. And then I could add on to it for cancer, heart disease, and I'm going to say that if I had added on the things that I saw I may need, I would have been left maybe like $150 a month for that particular insurance. And the job that I had, or the profession, I could have carried that financial responsibility. And I would have had insurance for basic health care, and I would have had insurance for health disease and cancer and diabetes. And to me, I would have been happy, because I read the small print. I knew what they were offering for what I was paying. But we got this mindset that no, we shouldn't pay for it. If we don't pay for it, who pays for it? Okay, we all get upset when we see our bills and we see that they charge us $30 for an aspirin, when you can go down to the corner store and buy yourself a bottle of aspirin for $3 with 100 aspirins in them. Sure. But the reality is, if you plan and you set priorities, to me, health insurance is a lot more important than cell phones. Health insurance is a lot more important than a luxury vehicle. Many people own vehicles they can't afford, that nobody told them to purchase, nobody told them to buy, but they own them. They're financially responsible for them. But if they didn't have them, they could very easily afford health insurance. And there is a sector, a subgroup in the American population that is not earning enough to even pay their apartment rent. But again, you're living in the land of opportunity. Every single person, every single young person can walk into a public school and receive public education, get a high school diploma. There's too many troublemakers in the public school system. There's too many parents who don't discipline their children. They end up in this classroom and then they're disruptive. And when learning should be the focus of the classroom, it's discipline. And a lot of opportunities, education opportunities, are lost because of all these troublemakers and disruptive elements. And yes, they're young people and somebody should work with them to bring them around, but the reality is that's a parental responsibility. It's not a public education responsibility. But where did it start? Where is the genesis? And no one is going to tell me that you were born into hardship, you're born into poverty, you were born with no opportunities and no room for advancement in the United States of America. You're not going to sell me that idea. I'm sorry. There's a lot of social programs that I wish did not exist, but they do exist. And people don't want the programs that require something of them. They want the programs where they don't have to do anything and still get a check. Why should I pay the bills for that? And on healthcare, if Obama is elected, which he's not going to, I can tell you, I've been at this political forecasting just on a personal interest level. And I've been at this long enough to know that there's no way Obama's going to get elected. Right now, today, everything that he's done, he's lost the election. I don't know why people are still, going crazy and the world's coming to an end. Obama may get no, he's not. He has no chance of winning. He's violated the basic rules of sincerity and honesty. People have greater antipathy for him than they did for Hillary. And the reason Hillary has such a bad image problem is because of how she has handled herself. Not in the problems with adultery within her marriage. No. How she's handled herself as an individual. What she has said, what she has done. The contradictions. Her actual values, or the values that she presents to the people, are not attractive values. The same thing for Obama. College education, I used to believe in it, I don't anymore. Obama's promising college education for everybody. A golden goose with a college diploma rolled up inside of it. I think you can go both ways. I think you can see if there are opportunities to invest and maybe go into business for yourself and not necessarily have to get into a college education program. The reality is that today, in the United States of America, the year 2008, there are more college graduates than are actually needed in the job market. It is a good investment for the government of the United States of America to offer college grants when you need educated people to fill jobs. Right now, today, there are more college graduates than actual jobs. So there is not a necessity to continue to offer college grants, and there is no necessity to promise everybody a college degree. You're going to have a bunch of college graduates with no jobs, receiving welfare. That's the society we want to create. I'm not gonna. My comments here against Mr. Obama are no way suggestive that the McCain plan is any better. I'm not saying it's any worse, but this is specifically line item, issue per issue, on what I have heard Mr. Obama promise the American people. When you need college graduates because there are jobs that there aren't college graduates, there aren't people graduating from college to fill, then you offer grants. Other than that, the individual is personally responsible for it. My college education, I finance some college grants and some loans that I'm paying for, and the reality is that I'm driving a taxi and I have 2 bachelors with majors in psychology and science. Thank you for listening. Wish you well. I think the last one will close this, and it will be the end of this particular series.